right, and we are back. Courtney Colley, Communications Specialist for CWD, for Pennsylvania Game Commission. And where should we pick up? I want to talk about the spider monkeys.
All right.
Because I feel like people are wondering.
I mean, if you're going to start anywhere.
So just before we even get into them, I think the one question that I wanted to ask you, so with everything that you've seen and read on CWD at this point, I feel like there's not a piece out there that you've missed. If you shoot a deer this year, are you eating it?
I do hunt in a disease management area, so if I harvest a deer, I will get my deer tested, and if it comes back not detected for chronic wasting disease, I am definitely eating my deer.
Gotcha. What if it comes back positive? You're not?
For me, if it comes back positive, I probably would not take that risk. That's my own personal decision.
Right.
I get the question a lot while we're already kind of in this area. I do get the question a lot, is chronic wasting disease dangerous to humans? And the really honest answer is probably not, but we just really can't guarantee that 100%. So without that 100% guarantee for me, if it comes back positive, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'll get you my address after the
I'm with you.
Right.
in case,
I wouldn't eat it either.
Hey, man, I like it too much. I don't know. I
like
have
it
a
too
hard
much,
time
but
sitting there going, I'm going to throw all that meat away.
I also like, remembering
I don't know if I feed
things.
my kids. Yeah, I struggle with short-term memory loss sometimes.
I
but that's usually due to the numerous concussions.
I like my brain
I've
wholeness.
seen over the years.
I just and I will add to that too. The kind of like, again, chronic wasting was first found in 1967, and prion diseases were found, much longer than that. We do know there are prion diseases that do affect humans or can jump a species barrier into humans, but to date, so far, we haven't found any cases of it in humans. So we have a pretty good score so far.
Yeah.
But and we get people every year who harvest positive deer in the state of Pennsylvania. They know their deer is positive and they choose to consume the meat, and that's their choice. So I think a lot of times people are expecting us as the Game Commission to tell them, yes, you can eat it, or no, you can't eat it, but that's really not up to us. Really,
Sure.
What our job is to present you with the information and let you make that decision for yourself.
But so. It's not out of the realm of possibility that if they ate it last year, that they wouldn't see the effects of something that may or may not have happened for 20 years, right? Like, because if you think about the way it works in deer, is you tend to see the effects later in a deer's life cycle.
Yeah, that incubation period takes at least 18 to 24 months, or on average takes about 18 to 24 months in deer. For humans, since it's never been found in humans yet, we wouldn't know what that incubation period is. The incubation period for all TS diseases in different species tend to vary. Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, for example, in humans, that is basically the human version. That technically doesn't occur until later in life. But what I will also say with that is that typically is not something that's really transferred from one individual to another. That's typically, it's a genetic. Unfortunately, you have the wrong genetics, and you're going to develop Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease over time.
Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Yeah. My genetics are poor.
Poor genetics, Jay.
My poor
it's
kids.
Okay. Not everyone's
Keep walking
blessed.
into walls.
But it's not a wild assumption to think like, all right, if it happens later in the life of a deer, it could happen.
Exactly.
It would be a similar, I don't know, what would you say, like ratio? So that's why I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
There are studies going on that, so that people are aware. There are studies that are going on where they are basically tracking the health of individuals who they do know are consuming deer venison on a regular basis, whether it's positive or not. And they are tracking their health over time to see, is there a correlation between individuals who end up having Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, those type of things, and also consumed venison on a regular basis or not. So they are going on. So far, a lot of the results from the studies are showing there's really not a correlation there, but it's going to take time to really get the overall replication and then results of those things. So for me personally, until it's like 100% guarantee, there's no way
like we're good
getting this. I'm just, me personally, I would rather be safe than sorry, and that's my personal opinion on it.
And I know people are probably like, well, why does he keep bringing up spider monkeys? A, they're awesome.
Because they're my favorite monkey, that's why.
But B, the study...
They're way cooler than monkey spiders.
Oh, my God. So the study is in the proposal plan that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with. So first of all, could you just explain this fluid document right now?
So Pennsylvania Game Commission, Jared and I, and a lot of people, we actually had representatives from other state wildlife agencies across the nation. We had representatives from nonprofit organizations such as NDA and QDMA, and we had representatives from local universities, and we all came together and we created a draft chronic wasting disease response plan for Pennsylvania. It is currently up for public comment. And it will be up for public comment until February 29th, 2020. So it is on our webpage. It is 37 pages. A lot of those pages are references. So maybe actually 32 pages of reading material,
I said
right?
that before. I was like, Jay, there's like a couple pages of references, so it's not as long as I
Yeah, it's
thought.
not as long as what you'll think. I mean, and I tell people all the time when I go to programs and stuff, I'm like, if you read a page a day, you'll be done by Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So...
and it's not that advanced either. It's not like an intimidating document to read.
No,
either,
it's not.
From what I've read of it.
I printed out 2 copies. I brought one up for you when you had your Halloween party, and then I
Is that where this came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Surprise. I left it on the counter next to your super cool pumpkin.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I had one for you, one for me, so we can kind of, again, we wanted to do our homework a little bit, so we didn't sound like terribly blithering idiots. But
Were you insulted when I asked you if you had read it yet? Because I had no idea where this document came from. It was in my office the other day, and I was like,
the Halloween party. We're not going to get too deep into that.
Appeared on your desk. I was like, Courtney's coming to talk to us, and this just appeared on my desk. This is just here.
I was like, somebody dropped this off for me.
Yeah. Well, no, there was a lot going on that night. You know what I mean? So,
I guess.
Moving on. Yeah.
Anyway, before I derail this there.
So that's all right. Welcome to the club.
The one thing that caught my attention very early in the document, since I didn't get all the way through it, was that there was a study where spider monkeys were pretty much contracted CWD. So they found that it was able to jump that barrier, correct?
Yeah, so the one thing about...